Hello, welcome to Homeopathic Services. If your child is not improving the way I am going to explain right now from a case, it is not likely that your child will be diagnosed off the spectrum one day. There is no secret. This is the way a child should improve. Thank you very much. My name is Pierre Fontaine. I've been a professional homeopath for nearly 30 years. My last book, The Language of Autism, will explain to you everything there is to know about autism, 95%. You will know exactly what autism is, and if you're going to a doctor, your doctor should know what autism is before doing anything. It is all explained in this book in 2 words what autism is. But the point of this consultation, this clip here, this presentation is to show exactly. I've done this many times, but this is an example from this week, as usual, because every single week kids are diagnosed off the spectrum. This is a case I started not too long ago, and it's a matter of a few months, three months, I think, at most. And Mom sent me the following email, which I'm going to read directly to you. So she says her child has made unusual progress, specific behavioral changes, she says. Social initiative and peer engagement, she says. Over the last few days, we have observed noticeable shift in spontaneous social engagement. He is trying to engage in school activities spontaneously now without any prompt. And in the park, observing people who do exercises, and I'm telling him to imitate them, he starts doing exercises along with them. Before, he would remain fixed on the swing during school outdoor time. Recently, he noticed children playing cricket and independently joined them. He non-verbally indicated that he wanted to participate, took the bat and played. When he was bowled out, I guess that's a cricket term, he did not create resistance or insist on continuing, but calmly shifted to fielding at his level. This flexibility was never previously seen. About a week ago, during assembly, instead of waiting for his teacher to take him, he held the hand of a younger child and led him towards the assembly himself. This was entirely spontaneous and appeared to reflect imitation and possibly empathy. In school today, he was calm and independently joined dance practice without prompting. Again, in the park, he has begun observing adults who come for exercises. I think we mentioned that before. Earlier, he would remain absorbed in repetitive activity, but now he stands and watches them curiously, carefully observing what they are doing. Today, another significant behavioral shift occurred. Someone's jacket was placed on the bicycle near the track. He wanted to use that bicycle. Previously, he might have thrown the jacket aside impulsively. Instead, he carefully lifted the jacket and placed it on a nearby bench rather than dropping it on the floor. This level of impulse control and situational awareness is new. Then introspection, self-expression, she mentions. While on the swing, he got down by himself, When the teacher asked what happened, he said, "I am tired." He has never previously expressed internal bodily states in this way. This may indicate emerging introspection along with expressive speech development. I'm going to pause here to give some explanation. What is happening here is the argument I make all the time. It's across the board. There's no prompt. It's coming from inside him. And there's no prompt. It's coming from inside him and with awareness. It's not coming from inside him from a repetitive behavior he has learned. That is not at all what is happening. What is happening is really just this. He takes the jacket, he's aware of someone else's. That is what is supposed to happen. That is exactly what is supposed to happen. Today in school, he noticed an older child sitting separately in a restraining type chair. While others are playing, he spontaneously went towards that child, seemingly intending to bring him into the group activity. However, the child bit him. Fortunately, he was wearing a sweater and full sleeves, so injury was limited to just a mild bruising. He's calm, he's playing normally now, and that is what the email said. Improved transition tolerance, emerging introspective awareness, reduction in self-harm behavior, improved parallel thought tolerance, greater impulse control, emerging empathy-driven behavior, increased environmental awareness. He could also tolerate pizza, ice cream, cake. Earlier, he would become foggy and a lot of laughter after those foods. That is not happening at all. Today, he picked up a ball and played with it instead of his usual calming, self-soothing playing, stimming with threads. Today, he is relaxed. He didn't pick up any thread, but rather a small ball to play even while sitting on the bed. These changes have been more noticeable in the last few days. There's no more fear. We don't have to deal with fear reduction, pause afternoon special education, nothing like that. It's across the board. This is the only way a child can be diagnosed off the spectrum. A child can be diagnosed off the spectrum only if it's across the board. Here it's physical. He's no longer reacting to foods. It is emotional, where he can pick up a jacket and put it aside with awareness. He plays with a ball. He's no longer lost in himself. It's across the board spontaneously. It's coming from him. No more prompt, no more of anything like that. That is the way a child will be diagnosed off the spectrum. If it's a little bit here, a little bit there, maybe a little calmer, a little bit, that is not going to make your child off the spectrum and become an independent individual, eventually adult. This is the way it's supposed to happen. Now, it's going to take a long time for this to develop, but if you're playing yourself with homeopathy, I discourage it. I discourage it because, as I mentioned also a million times, I have 350 new remedies not only for autism, but with great autistic qualities. And what I mean by that, homeopathy being like cures like, then we have to have those qualities in the remedy in order to have resonance, in order to eliminate it. These are not available in the U.S. Not because of anything great. It's only because the pharmacy does not want to deal with it. This is the way to return a child to being neurotypical. No other way. No other way. Not possible. Or it's just going to be little bits of improvement. Little bits of improvement don't make a child whole. The child remains on the spectrum, even though, but it's only by repetition, only by what I call contextual situations, that the child, little by little, without understanding much of the depth, can adapt. That is not what we're talking about here. What we're talking about here is truly a return to neurotypicality. Thank you so very much for listening. I'm deeply passionate about this. It sounds like this in my voice, but I've seen too many parents say, "Oh, my child has improved," and really, I'm looking at it, and it's not making sense. It's little bits. It needs to come from inside. The concept, full concept of life needs to return inside for the child to become neurotypical. It's not going to happen, but little bits. Not going to. Yeah. Thank you so very much for listening. The website is homeopathic services.com. Feel free to send me an email if you wish. Enjoy the day. Bye-bye.